This wealthy man is transferring his power of attorney to your name because you're unaware he is your appointed guardian, and the deadline is October 11th. If you don't act, it all vanishes. My beloved, the moment this reached you, a timeline shifted. A door sealed by destiny began to open, but only for you. Behind it lies a truth hidden, guarded, and deliberately kept from the world. This is not an accident. You were meant to see this before October 11th. After that, everything disappears. Transferred, donated, erased forever. The man behind this, powerful, invisible, dangerously influential, is watching the clock wind down. He never believed you'd find out. The people around him are vultures, waiting for him to fall, to sign everything over to a hollow cause. But you were chosen, and right now your name is written on legal documents you've never seen. You're wondering, why you? Why now? Because his last communication was intercepted, hidden by someone who knows exactly what this inheritance would mean for you. Stay right here. Don't scroll, don't look away. What's about to be revealed will reshape your entire past. This man isn't just rich, he moves in silence, from behind curtains of influence, protecting something, someone, you. Your existence is no accident. There's a reason strangers glance at you twice, why your dreams feel like blueprints, why you felt observed in quiet moments. He placed eyes around you, not to control, but to guard. Long ago your paths crossed. A moment that felt ordinary to you was life-altering to him. A kindness, a brave choice, a word. That act rippled through time. It made him rewrite his will. It made him ink your name where others expected theirs. He told his lawyer, "When time is nearly gone, let this message find the one who saved me without knowing." That time is now. The notary is ready. The signature is waiting. But there's a final verification. And there's a twist, a deadline. Open this before October 11th. If not, the documents trigger a failsafe. Everything vanishes. You're not the only one who could claim this, but you're the only one who was meant to. That's why others have tried to stop it. There's someone, a distant relative with the same initials, pretending to be you. They've already gone to the office once. They failed the biometric scan. Now they're trying again with forged papers, frantic calls, fake signatures. But this man is no fool. He built empires by seeing truth through lies. He knows who you are. He's just waiting for you to know too. He has hidden clues across his properties, in photographs, inside vaults, encrypted in plain sight. But one vault stands out. You've seen it before, maybe in a dream, maybe in reality. A marble floor, a black frame, a golden number, 22. Inside that vault is your name, a copy of your birth certificate, the clause of the power of attorney already filled out. He didn't want to expose you publicly, not yet, but if you see your initials on any document that arrives this week, don't dismiss it, don't throw it away. That is the real trigger, the final piece. They're watching your reactions, your online activity. Whether you ignore or investigate, that determines if the transfer is confirmed or denied. The man you're about to uncover, his face may only feel familiar, a déjà vu wrapped in silence. He has kept your identity locked close. Only one other person knows, and they're trying to sabotage it. In the next 48 hours, you'll notice signs. A call from an unknown number ending in 14, an envelope with no stamp, a person staring, then looking away when you glance back. Do not brush these off. Each is a cue, proof the mechanism is moving. This man isn't dying, he's choosing, and he's choosing you. The reason he stayed silent is tied to a betrayal. Someone close to you both wanted this inheritance buried. It wasn't about money, it was about legacy, bloodline, honor. But now, with time thinning, he has overridden every delay. He gave the final order: if they open this message before October 11th, unlock the transfer. You don't need to apply, you don't need to beg, you just need to stay alert, because something that belongs to you is arriving quietly through an unexpected source. It might be a courier who says the wrong name but locks eyes with you. It might be a stranger dropping something near you to start a conversation, or a dream that feels like a memory. None of this is random. It's the final wave of confirmation. The lawyer has placed a red tag on your file. That means any sign of disinterest from you will be seen as rejection. Rejection means forfeit. You will not be contacted again. And here's what's most haunting. He dreamed of this moment, repeating numbers, dates, signs. He knew you'd open this at the precise second your heart could handle the truth. He knew when everything in your life felt like it was falling apart, it was only preparing you for this. Your silence was power, but now your awareness is the turning point.
There are others monitoring this transmission. People who spent years trying to stop you from knowing who you really are. They sit in boardrooms, in distant homes, even among those who pretend to care. But it no longer matters. The seal is breaking, the inheritance is shifting, the signature is waiting. You'll know the moment is real when one unexpected thing happens. A scent from your childhood, one you can't place, will fill a room. It will last only 3 seconds. That is your sign. After that, everything starts moving, and nothing will ever be the same. You were never forgotten. You were hidden until now. The silence last night wasn't just a pause, it was a signal. A stranger walked past a secured building, leaving no footprints, but triggering a hidden sensor linked to his private network. For the first time in 12 years, that sensor flashed red. He was alerted immediately, waking in his high-security estate, heart racing because he knew someone had found the coordinates. That stranger wasn't random. They knew something. Security footage shows a person holding a sealed envelope with your name clearly printed, bold, underlined, with a silver edge. That envelope was placed beside an engraved plaque that reads, "For the one who doesn't yet know they're the key." The man, the guardian, is now convinced you know, or someone around you knows. His legal team is preparing for immediate release. But here's the twist. The stranger whispered a name into the vault's microphone, a name that matches an alias buried in your old encrypted financial records, created for your protection. The time for secrecy is over. The power of attorney transfer is in process, but you still have one step: acknowledgement. He doesn't need your money. He doesn't need your service. He needs your witness. Because you are about to be made guardian of a legacy bigger than wealth. This is about restoring something sacred. He kept it quiet not out of fear, but timing. You had to be ready for this responsibility. The ones who tried to destroy him are still watching. That's why your name was locked in a vault programmed to open only after October 11th was triggered. That's why everything is accelerating. You will begin to feel it: subtle changes, lights flickering for no reason, conversations that feel too aligned, animals acting differently around you. These aren't hallucinations, they're shifts. The guardian has now activated a secondary executive, a woman who will contact you through a subtle method, a misdirected package, a message from an unknown sender using an old address you'd forgotten. That message will contain a golden confirmation phrase. Memorize it. When you see that phrase, everything falls into place. It will help you identify who's real and who's pretending to help but actually stalling you. Because there's a cousin, a distant relative working against you in silence. They accessed some internal papers. They know what's at stake. They've already tried to forge your signature, but the ink pressure test failed. Now they're switching strategies, pretending to be a messenger from the estate. If someone contacts you saying, "We need to verify your identity," be careful. The guardian's lawyer has strict orders. You are not to be contacted directly unless the vault opens, and it hasn't yet, but it's close. Here's what happens next. At 10:14 p.m. one night, soon, something unusual will occur. A notification, a failed delivery notice, a call that rings once. That's the last warning ping before the real handoff begins. The money involved is vast, but that's not the real value. The real value is what it's meant to fund, a buried project that carries your original family vision. He watched as others tried to erase it, steal it, rewrite it. Now he's restoring it and placing control in your hands. The number 811 will appear repeatedly over the next 72 hours, on receipts, license plates, digital timestamps. That's not a glitch, it's a coded blessing, him letting you know it's working. He once said, "The only one who will understand why I gave everything away is the one who never expected it." That's you. You weren't born into power, but you were born with something rarer, divine timing. That's why every attempt to break you failed. They tried to delay you, cloud you, ruin you, but they couldn't touch the one thing keeping this transfer alive, your unshakable soul.
Now, the stranger who exposed the vault is on the move again, but not alone. They left a trail leading to a key location near your city, a locked postbox, rusted gray, marked with an ancient symbol. When the time is right, you'll be guided to it. Inside, the signature you need to complete the claim. The man is moving fast, the estate is changing hands, the line between truth and temptation will blur. People around you may grow nosy, over-friendly, invasive. Some may try to make you doubt. Don't let them, because in 24 to 72 hours, the silent transfer begins. When it does, your name will appear in a secure database you've never accessed. You'll receive a numeric code with repeating digits. Someone you've never met will greet you with, "I was told you'd recognize this." They'll hand you something. It won't look impressive, but it's not the item, it's the frequency inside, a frequency only you can resonate with. The guardian trusts you because long ago a decision you made revealed your spirit. Now the universe, the timing, the legacy, it's all aligning. This is no longer a maybe, this is happening. Stay grounded, stay alert, stay ready. The air has shifted, the system is activated. Every second is a test. The man whose name commands empires has set everything in motion. Quietly, behind encrypted messages and locked doors, your name is being traced through final channels. He's not waiting anymore. The countdown has begun. There's no way to pause it. If you walk away now, the documents auto-expire. Everything redirects to a nameless trust, a charity, but not to you. He doesn't want you to lose this, not from ignorance, not from fear, not from someone else's manipulation. He knows the enemy is working overtime to distract you right now. Random arguments, unexpected problems, unnecessary detours. These aren't coincidence. They're designed to keep you from this truth. The moment you clicked this, it triggered a silent alert. You're now being observed, not for punishment, but for proof. Proof that you're ready. A location has been unlocked. You're about to receive access, but only if you don't hesitate. The stranger who placed the envelope, they were acting under direct instruction, not from the guardian, but from someone even closer to you than you realize. Yes, your connection runs deeper than inheritance. It runs through legacy, silent protection, a thread of loyalty lasting longer than this life chapter. Years ago, in a moment you barely remember, a choice you made shifted everything. You gave, you helped, you spoke kindness when you didn't have to. That single act, caught on a private camera, changed your destiny. The Guardian saw it, watched it again and again, not because it was dramatic, because it was pure. That's when he said, "That's the one." He began rewriting his directives that night, a power of attorney change, a shift in property rights, a silent transfer of coded shares. But because your life was at risk, yes, there were threats, he couldn't expose you publicly, so he assigned 2 people to quietly monitor your journey, to report on your milestones, to track your energy, to wait for the moment your path aligned with his will. That moment is now. The attorney released one final clue buried in an old ledger never meant to be opened. The white feather rests where the circle meets the west wall. It means you'll be guided to a specific place, a structure with an arch, near a library or an old courthouse. Near that west wall, something will happen. A conversation, a memory, a chill. That's your confirmation the handover has officially begun. But you'll have a choice, 2 routes, one simple and safe, with public recognition but limited control. The other quiet but risky, unlocking full power of attorney but requiring secrecy for now. The Guardian is watching to see what you choose, not because he doubts you, but because the route you select determines how much access you're granted. This isn't a game, this is a full-scale shift of generational power. The moment you accept, you become more than a beneficiary. You become a guardian of something sacred, a mission, a purpose, a chain of impact.
Here's what you must do next. Stay alert. In the next 36 hours, you'll receive a strange notification that looks like an error. It will say something like, "Access denied, retry verification." Do not ignore it. Click it. Hidden behind that message will be your access code. Once entered, it gives you a list of cities. Choose the one you've dreamt of recently. Even if it seems unrelated, trust it. That city holds the key location. The Guardian built a silent vault room beneath a regular building. There, under concrete and time, your name is engraved, not printed, engraved, because this was never about guessing. This was destiny written in stone. There will be temptations, people pretending to guide you, messages saying it's too late, it's fake, it's impossible. But here's the truth, they only attack what threatens them. You are the threat to the cycle they've been feeding from. That's why they want you to ignore this. But you won't. You've come too far, survived too much. You're one decision away from unlocking a chapter no one expected you to live. This isn't just about receiving money, it's about reclaiming the identity buried beneath lies. Midnight is no longer just a time, it's a deadline. Once the clock strikes, the final window to step into what was always yours will either open wide or vanish forever. There's no backup plan, no second call, no repeat offer. The Guardian has authorized a direct handover, but only if you pass the last verification layer. That layer isn't digital, it's energetic. It's tied to your movements, your presence, your awareness over the next few hours. He doesn't want you to apply for this, he wants you to claim it naturally, confidently, silently. The next time you feel chills without reason or hear your name whispered where no one is speaking, know it's the system recognizing your arrival. Something powerful is aligning. You are being tested, not for worthiness, but for readiness. Your name is now locked into a high-level internal archive, reserved only for those who carry legacy codes. This archive is accessible only through live presence. No phone calls, no passwords. You must appear, even unknowingly, at the exact location already marked with your energy signature. Here's the most important detail. You've already been there once. Maybe as a child, maybe in a dream, maybe passing by on a day that felt strange but unimportant. That moment was recorded, not by surveillance, but by spiritual design. The Guardian has instructed his team to begin the final lock retrieval process, something reserved only for high-asset legacy claims. This process activates when three things align. The subject opens the hidden message, the vault receiver is triggered, and presence is confirmed near the legacy zone. You've completed step 1. The vault receiver is flashing green, but the third part decides everything. That's why over the next few hours, you'll feel drawn somewhere, not dramatically, subtly. A coffee shop you never visit, a side street you never turn down, a building you usually ignore suddenly pulling your gaze. Follow that pull. One of those locations contains a recognition panel, disguised, protected, buried in plain sight. When you get near it, you may hear a low hum, feel a tingling in your arms, yawn uncontrollably, or feel an overwhelming calm for no reason. That's not random, that's confirmation. Stay still for 7 seconds. Let the panel scan you. Wait. If your body vibrates even slightly, it's done. The confirmation is locked. Then the legal team gets a green signal, and the transfer begins. It won't be loud, no headlines, just movement, quiet, encrypted movement, bank wires, ownership shifts, silent login keys, changed titles. You'll notice unusual things, emails you forgot about becoming active, a long-lost item returned, bank transactions showing zero balances where debt used to be. Don't dismiss these. They're markers, signs you're moving into the space created for you, but hidden from you. And now we come to the name. He was never going to reveal it, but the pressure is too high. The wealthy man is your appointed guardian. He was sworn to secrecy when you were born, a silent agreement to protect you from enemies that once hunted your family. But those enemies have lost their power. The contracts that bound him to silence have expired, and his first act of freedom is to pass everything to you. Let this sink in. You weren't chosen randomly. You were written into this legacy before you knew how to read. You were loved from a distance, protected without knowing, watched over in complete silence. The time has come to walk through the door. But here's the final twist. If you do not confirm presence before exactly 11:59 p.m., a lock triggers permanently, not out of punishment, but because the system will assume you weren't ready. He's watching now, not with eyes, but with hope. He wants you to show up in that space, not for validation, but for completion. The lock has begun to slide, slowly, deliberately. The vault, untouched for years, is responding, not to a password, but to your frequency. This isn't about metal, paper, or gold. It's about what was promised to you silently, long before you knew your own strength. It's about destiny answering with action. At exactly 12 a.m., a soft blue light will activate inside a room you've never seen, but it's real. That room, deep below a structure that blends into the world, contains the one thing no one could take from you: proof. Proof that he chose you. Proof that your name wasn't added last minute. It was engraved from the beginning. Inside that vault is a sealed silver folder, thin, elegant, embossed with the mark of his private legacy, a symbol only his inner circle understands. The moment it's opened, the entire chain of command changes. From that point forward, you're no longer the heir. You are the controller. That means total power of attorney over every account tied to his name, ownership of lands, shares, offshore assets, already cleaned and waiting, full decision rights on which funds are activated, frozen, or expanded. But there's one item in the vault more important than money: a handwritten letter, not printed, not typed, written in ink with your name at the top. This letter will reveal everything: who tried to keep the truth from you, why he remained silent so long, what his final request is, not for his benefit, but for your legacy. You see, this isn't just an inheritance, it's a commission. You're being handed not just wealth, but purpose.
The letter explains that long ago he made a mistake, one that cost a life. And you represent the restoration of that loss.
He believes only you have the integrity to guide this empire in a way that heals, not hoards. That's why he didn't choose his sons, his colleagues, or his partners. He chose you, because your soul cannot be corrupted. But here's what will shock you most. There's a second vault, revealed only after the first is opened. This second chamber contains video evidence, timestamps, legal recordings, all sealed, all verifying the legitimacy of everything he's done. Inside is a security drive labeled, "If they ever doubt who this belongs to, show them this." Inside, a video of you as a child, standing beside him, laughing, protecting him, saving him. The moment that changed his life forever. You didn't know the weight of that moment when it happened. You were just being kind. But to him, it was divine intervention. Now the final decision is yours. You'll be given 2 keys, one physical, one symbolic. The physical one opens a location. The symbolic one gives you access to power not yet understood by the public. The symbolic key will come as a code phrase whispered to you this week. That phrase will hit your heart like thunder. It will sound like poetry, but carry a weight that shatters the silence around your destiny. The phrase is, "When the ocean remembered your name, the tides began to turn." If you hear someone say this, do not ignore it. That's your confirmation the system is awake and watching for your final movement. You may be asked to sign something. Don't rush. Feel it. Check for the engraved mark in the corner, a tiny letter G with a wave beside it. That confirms it's from his estate. Now, a final warning, not from danger, but from distraction. In the last 24 hours before you receive access, people from your past may resurface. Ex-friends, old colleagues, long-lost family, strangers feeling too helpful. These are placed to test your energy, to see if you'll speak, reveal, or hand over what is sacred. Don't. Silence is your shield. Stillness is your sword. Your power is in your control. Inside the final envelope in the vault is a sealed card. On the front it reads, "For when you feel unsure." Inside, not instructions, not strategy, just one sentence in his handwriting. "I trusted you before you knew why. Now finish what you were born to do." The system has reached its final phase. The data stream linked to your name is flashing in blue and silver, signaling full authorization is one step away. This is no longer a test. This is the moment of transfer. All files, accounts, encrypted bonds, documents prepared. They're not waiting for approval. They're waiting for your presence. A courier you don't expect is being dispatched. They carry no badge, wear no suit, speak no introductions. But they've been trained on what to say, how to hand over the envelope, and how to disappear without a trace. The envelope will be dark blue, sealed with silver wax, marked with a stamped number, 11. Why 11? It's the final number in the sequence designed to activate only when the right person is within reach. That person is you, and the system knows it. There's one rule: do not speak about it, not to friends, family, not even to yourself aloud. This moment requires energetic silence, a vacuum of outside noise, so the vault transmission can complete. The frequency inside that envelope cannot be copied, duplicated, or read by others. The paper is treated with smart ink that activates only when it recognizes the microelectric pattern of your touch. The letter inside is short. It only says, "You made it. Go now. Everything is waiting." Attached, a digital key, a chip the size of a coin. This chip isn't just data, it's access. Insert it into the port shown to you, and your identity is confirmed across 6 international systems.
banks, land registries, offshore archives, all recognize your signature instantly. You'll see balances, properties, private message threads between powerful people who always knew your name but could never say it aloud. But here's what they didn't expect. The system was designed to obey you, not the lawyers, not the shareholders, not the observers, you. Because this man, your guardian, bypassed every procedure to ensure you'd never need permission again. That's why some in his inner circle are nervous. They tried to overwrite the will, delay the power of attorney, remove your access by tampering with biometric records. None of it worked because he built a backup, a manual override locked in a bronze box, and the only person who knows how to open it is you. You've seen that box before, in a dream, an old memory, on a desk you passed once and never thought twice about. It's not about the box, it's about the feeling, calm, familiar, heavy with purpose. Inside, a final command handwritten in sealed ink. You'll know it's authentic because when you hold the box, you'll feel warmth in your palms for exactly 3 seconds. That's the biometric confirmation embedded in its metal.
Now this is where it gets deeper. He left a voice recording, private, hidden, sent to unlock only at the final stage. It's only 5 words long, but those 5 words will shatter every false belief you ever had about your journey. You'll hear him say, "I never stopped watching you." That's when the tears will come. That's when the weight lifts. That's when the inheritance becomes more than assets. It becomes a sacred mission. The map he left includes a private residence guarded by nature, history, and law. Only one door leads to the legacy room, and only one touch opens it. Yours. In that room are 3 objects: a leather-bound book with your initials, a clear case with your name engraved, a single silver ring, ancient, valuable, connected to your bloodline. That ring was passed through generations, hidden during wars, preserved during exile. Now it waits for your hand. Put it on, and everything locks into place: the codes, the accounts, the mission. You are no longer the secret. You are the seed of legacy fulfilled. But there's one final message left in the vault, written on the back of the vault's exit door. It says, "Now that you have everything, go give the world what only you can. It's done." No sirens, no announcements, just a subtle ripple through the universe as your name locks into place across every encrypted system that once held you at a distance. The chip activated, the ring pulsed in recognition, the document synced. You've crossed the threshold, not as a recipient, but as the rightful guardian of everything he protected, preserved, and entrusted only to you. The vault has closed behind you, not out of secrecy, but completion. This chapter has ended. Your true story is only beginning. You'll notice the change almost instantly, not in money, in movement. Delays disappear, walls fall, opportunities arrive so precisely timed it'll make your heart ache in disbelief. Because from now on, you're not chasing anything. You're walking in something already written. The mansion deed updated, property titles reflecting your initials, the silver-sealed account frozen for 16 years, now live with you as sole authority. But more than that, your peace has returned, that quiet knowing in your chest, that deep inner calm. That's what it feels like when alignment and destiny shake hands. You were never forgotten. You were hidden for protection, and now you've been revealed exactly on time. One final detail remains, a sealed letter tucked inside the silver ring box, the guardian's last words to you, meant to be read only after the inheritance clears. You open it slowly. The paper is thick,
old but preserved. In smooth, careful ink it reads, "My child, you were never meant to live unnoticed. You were born to shift generations. I gave you what the world tried to steal from me: freedom, legacy, peace. Spend it wisely. Not just the money, but the silence, the time, the power. You're ready now. You always were." 29/19/94. And just like that, you exhale, not because it's over, but because you can finally breathe in what's real. Your life won't look the same from here, because you're not walking as the one waiting, you're walking as the one trusted. Trusted to lead, trusted to choose, trusted to protect what he could only start. This was never about how much he had, it was always about who would carry it forward. And now, the answer is clear. It's you. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give a super thanks with contributions of up to $20.